Hey guys, hey team. My name is Caroline Glenn and I met Tara in Mexico, and I can't wait to be talking to you guys about developing leaders in your organization and duplicating and how that happens. I know that it's the middle of the day, so I don't know how many people we will get on live. Hey, I see somebody hopping on. If you will just throw a comment below when you hop on so I know if my comments are working, because we all know how Facebook Live has been acting lately. Oh man, I forgot to turn off my notifications. So if you guys will just say hey, tell me where you're tuning in from, and enjoy laughing at my southern accent if you guys are all from the Midwest. Hey Ashley, thank you so much. Okay, good, comments are working. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started since it's the middle of the day, and I know a lot of people are probably at work getting ready for Thanksgiving and the big holiday week, Minnesota. So does my accent sound crazy to you guys? I met Tara in Cabo and Alexa, and we had so much fun kind of like making fun of each other's accents. I absolutely love it. Lots of Minnesota girls, awesome. Well, I am in Columbia, South Carolina. I've been with SeneGence for right at a year. I signed up in November of 2016, and sounds wonderful. I love, I don't know why I think that's so interesting to hear all the different accents, but I've been doing this for right at a year, and it's been a fabulous experience. Before I started, I'm a pharmacist, and I was working full-time. I have 2 daughters, and I'm married, so super, super busy. And on top of that, I was running another network marketing team. I was working for another company, and I had a team. My dogs are going crazy. It must be a delivery. Always fun. Does anybody else have an online shopping problem? Guilty as charged. Okay, so anyway, I was working for another network marketing company that I had been working for 4.5 years on top of my career, and I was fairly successful with that. I had a team of, well, I thought it was successful, not compared to this, but I had a team of about 180 girls, and I made a lot of mistakes along the way, and I learned from those mistakes. And in that company, it was a little bit too late to kind of change the culture of what I had created, and I swore when I started doing this that I would not make those same mistakes. So I'm hoping to pass along some of those lessons that I learned the hard way to you guys and to as many as people as possible, because ultimately what we want, what everybody wants, is for everybody to find success and to be successful, because that is the beauty of this business model of network marketing. Is you are not successful unless your team is successful. You are only find success by others finding success. And isn't that wonderful and exciting? So if your team does better than you, that's possible, and that's awesome. Like, I'm like, please bypass me, please outrank me. Like, that only helps everybody. That only helps you, that only helps them, and that only creates more success in the depth of your organization. So if I can encourage you to do that, to just lift others up, I'm sure you're all already doing that, but it's just so, so important. So I signed up for this in November, and it moved very fast because in South Carolina, nobody had ever heard of LipSense when I started. So my journey is, I think, fairly unusual as far as time. So when I don't like telling it, honestly, because I don't want people to go, well, it didn't grow that fast for me, so I guess I'm not gonna be successful. That is just a lie that we tell ourselves. Do not compare yourself to others, okay? So we hit Crown Princess in just under 4 months. At the end of the seminar year, we closed at 1.4 million, and then we are at about 4.5, just over 4.5 million right now, which is really, really crazy and exciting. But we would not have been able to do that without me taking these lessons. I truly believe that. I mean, a lot of it is like, obviously, a huge portion of it is the amazing natural leaders that I have on my team, that there's some luck there for sure. Like, I signed up a girl at the beginning who would have run with this with or without me. you know, and there's always going to be those people. And I definitely got lucky at the beginning to get her 2.5 weeks into my business. So that is luck. You know, you cannot compare when you find that person, you know, you just can't worry about that. So anyway, okay. So what I did that was wrong with my old company was I said, my husband kept saying to me, I wish we could just find 10 more yous. I wish, why isn't anybody working? Why isn't anybody, it feels like you're the one that's answering all the questions, that's recruiting, that's, you know, that's just working your business. It felt like I was begging and begging and begging for leaders to arise and nobody stepped into that role. Well, that's because I enabled them instead of empowering them. I enabled them to do that. It felt good to be the person that knew the answers. It felt good to help people because I thought I was helping people, right? When they come to you and your downline is like, where do I find the answer to this? And you just tell them, well, that is not doing them any good because they're not going to be able to duplicate. They're not going to be able to share that with their team. So what I'm going to go through is some specifics about the lessons that I learned, what you have to be successful as far as developing leaders in your organization. You have to sponsor, you have to teach, you have to duplicate, and you have to help develop leaders, okay? And then you have to do it all in an environment in which people can be motivated in. It is very, very important that you know that the success of other people is not your responsibility. The motivation level of other people is not your responsibility. It is your job to create an environment as a leader in which others can be motivated in, not just, sorry, I'm getting all these notifications I forgot to turn off and it's driving me nuts. Of course, I just accidentally hit one of them. Okay, I heard that in a training one time a long time ago and I didn't really understand what it meant. And now I do. It is not your job to motivate others. That has never been your job. It's your job to create an environment in which others can be motivated in. And it is your job to provide support, provide material, help people know where to go to get the answers, not to give them. So you will hear Leslie Boyd Bradley and many other leaders say this in your lifetime with Synergence: create leaders, not leaners, right? So you're going to sponsor others. You are going to teach them the business. You're going to teach them where to find the answers. You are not going to say, oh, here's the answer, here's the answer, here's the answer, here's the answer. That is what I did, and nobody ever did anything except for regurgitate that information or take that information and use it, not regurgitate it. And then when they brought on their team members, they could not show them where to find it again. So literally everybody was coming to me and my entire team. And that was 180 girls. And now I have a team of over 1,500 girls, and I feel like I have more time. It's still a lot of work, don't get me wrong, but that's because you're empowering people to find the answers, to know how to do it themselves, to step into leadership roles because they know where to find the answers. If they are constantly looking to you as their leader, then they will never step into a leadership role, right? So you have to help them to do that as their sponsor by giving them the answer, not giving them the answers, by helping them find them, but then also by helping them get out of their comfort zone. This is a big one, okay? So like some people are gonna naturally do things that scare them. Some people are, or they're just not scared, or they don't seem scared to do things, right? But most people are not gonna do that unless you encourage them to do it. I have one girl in my downline who is a perfect example of this. She has all of the qualities of a leader. She is smart, she is lovable, she has a huge heart, she wants to help others, she speaks well, she speaks clearly, she has a great network, but she didn't believe in herself. she was told by a guidance counselor when she was in high school that she wasn't college material and that she was probably never going to be successful. I want to go find that lady and knock her out. But seriously, like, this girl didn't, when she came into my team, she didn't believe she could be a leader. And I saw those qualities in her, and you have to help inspire them, help to believe in themselves. Okay, so she wouldn't do live videos. How many of us were scared to do live videos when you signed up? Like, hello, me. It's scary. You have, especially on your personal profile, you know, you have the potential for billions of people to watch you if you're doing it on a public profile, right? I guarantee you 80 to 90% probably of people in this team that do this, even the top leaders, were scared of that when they first signed up. So she wouldn't do live videos. She would hardly post selfies, you know, all those normal things that people are scared of. And so I just slowly helped encourage her to do it one step at a time. And we did a launch, like a soft launch on Facebook for her to relaunch her business recently. And she kept stressing about it. She was sending me what she wanted to post. She was sending me what she wanted to write. And I said, Leanne, I want you to go live. And she was like, Caroline, you know how I feel about that. I was like, I know, but you're so good. Hey, you're so good on camera and people love you, and that's what they want. You want people ultimately join who they like and who they trust. And also they purchase from who they like and who they trust and who they want to be around. And that's who you are. So just go on and be you. And if you mess up, it's okay. Because people like real. People connect to real. And if they see you mess up, they're going to be like, oh, good. You know, she's real. So anyway, so she did her launch, and it was a relaunch. She's been in the business for a little while, about 9 months or so. And it went great. It was so inspiring. Oh my gosh, it was like, preach it, girl. It was so good. And afterwards she said to me, Caroline, thank you so much for making me do that. Thank you for making me get outside of my comfort zone. I never would have done that on my own. And thank you for believing in me. You know, people don't believe in themselves, so you have to do it for them. And since then, she went over, like, she's been working her biz, and she's been doing a lot more than that, of course. I mean, we've been doing like conference calls and all this stuff for recruiting, but she's really has gotten outside of her comfort zone as a leader, and in all these different ways. That was just an example. She went from Royal in Waiting to Duchess in 1 month. I mean, obviously it's like 2 months because you have to have the 2-month qualifications, but it was like, that was her title. She got the second month of Royal in Waiting, so she got Royal, but then she skipped over Lady and Countess and went straight to Duchess. So there's definitely, in my opinion, it's get out of the way. Don't give them the answers. Get out of the way. Get off the crown, or the throne. Take off your crown, get off the throne, so that other people can get in that seat, can get in that throne, see themselves as a leader, and imagine themselves wearing that crown. That's the only time you're going to develop leaders who don't naturally walk into that position. There are so many personalities out there that have so much potential to be wonderful leaders that fear is just the only thing holding them back, okay? So if you can recognize the small things, recognition is huge. You just recognize everything. I mean, and it's not gifts. It's just verbal and public recognition, to me, is like, for most people, will really, really motivate them to see that, like, I mean, and I do this in my entire downline. I see somebody that stands out, that does something, and it doesn't have to be huge. I'll just send them a private message and say, hey, I see you. I see what you're doing. Good job, you know? Like, small things like that go a long way, and just helping people believe that they can be a leader. There are gonna be the people that are going to be leaders no matter what you do, and you just gotta, like, with that personality, just let them roll and just encourage them and tell them what to do next. like if they don't know if they're new. Like, okay, here's your next step, here's your next goal. Take a small, for most people, it's kind of like take a small bite-sized piece and tackle it one step at a time. But with those people, just say, okay, here's the big picture, here's where you want to be, and here's what you want to do next, and they'll just run with it. I mean, I've got the one girl on my team that signed up 2 weeks in. I didn't need to develop her as a leader. She believed in herself, she did great, and she was going to do it regardless. All I did was, this is how we hit Chrome Princess so early, so fast, was I told her what she needed to do next to get to the next step. And then I told her, but you know what, you can also skip over a bunch of different ranks if you build this line, and this line at the same time. So I feel like developing leaders has to do with recognizing qualities in people that they may not recognize in themselves. It has to do with telling them, right, and helping them pull it out. It has to do with recognizing the personalities in general, people who may not see it in themselves versus people who are going to run with it either way, and knowing how to help each personality type, if that makes sense. And then the biggest thing is, and I kind of did this backwards. I probably should have talked about teaching and duplication first. I don't know, I got on a tangent about something and just went forward. I usually do the teaching and duplication first. But so in order to, like I told you guys at the beginning that my husband used to say all the time, I wish we could find 10 more yous. And I was like, yeah, I know, me too. And that would be great to have 10 yous, right? But it can't stop there, because in order to have success as far as team building goes, you have to duplicate. And in order to duplicate, you have to teach others how to sponsor, and you have to teach others how to teach. And that has to happen at least be happening regularly, at least 3 levels deep, for you to actually start having a mature organization that's going to start taking care of itself. So have you guys heard like the numbers? And I should have them all in my head. I probably don't, because I'm not good at math in my head. But the like power of 5, there's a post that goes kind of viral. When posts go viral in Cineworld, we all see it. Have you guys seen that power of 5 post? It's like, if you recruit 5, and each of those 5 people recruit 5, and each of those 5 people, all of those people recruit 5, and it keeps on going down 5 generations, then you'll be making $40,000 a month. Have you guys heard that, seen that? I'll try and find it and post it in the comments of this so y'all can see those numbers. But it's like, you know, you plus 5 is 5. You went from 1 to 5. When everybody recruits 5, all of those recruit 5, you're going to have 25 total on your team. And when all of those people recruit 5, you're going to have 125. And then it goes to 625. And then it just keeps growing exponentially and snowballing. And that is the power of duplication. Okay, I'll find those actual numbers, the commission breakdown, and post it here. Oh, she has posted it in this team page. Mandy, will you tag, or I'll just post it in the comments when I get done. And it's true. I mean, it sounds too good to be true, but it's true. Yeah, well, how do you, like, people ask me all the time, how do you make that happen? You know, and it's all about teaching people to sponsor. If you teach people to sponsor, they will sponsor. If you teach people to sponsor and to teach, then duplication happens, okay? So if I sign up, I'm just gonna use names on here. If I sign up Ashley, and then I teach Ashley how to sponsor, and Ashley sponsors Jessica, okay? But Ashley doesn't teach Jessica how to teach others. Like, she can teach sponsoring, right? But if she doesn't teach people how to teach others how to run the business, then everybody's gonna be running back up to me, right? Like, everybody's gonna be asking me all the questions, because if you're not teaching all of the must-haves, the must-knows, then you are going to you're going to be limited by how many people on your team you can handle, right? The power of this business is that you are meant to bring up your baby birds. You're a mama bird, and you're bringing up your baby birds, and you're teaching them and helping them grow, and then you're letting them fly. It's not that you're not going to be there for them anymore if they have questions, but you're teaching them how to fly on their own so that they can be leaders for their teams. And then you have an unlimited earning potential, because I bring in 5 to 10 girls max over like a month period. That's a lot. You know, if I bring in 10 girls in a month, that's a lot of people, and I want to give them my attention. So I don't bring on any more than that, because I won't be able to help them. They won't be able to teach their teams how to sponsor and duplicate, and then it's going to stop. Lessons are going to get missed. People are going to be offering more than 15% off. You know, like it just, all the information doesn't duplicate if you don't do that. So if you do that, if you bring up your birds, let them fly, and they have become leaders, they're not going to be coming to you for every little question out there. They're going to be coming to you for help with the big stuff, you know, for help with leadership training, for help with third-party validation, for help with trainings, you know, like this. And that's where you want to be spending your time with your own business recruiting, because let me tell you, if you stop your personal recruiting and only focus on your team and nothing else, then your business will die a cold, long death. Always be adding to your first line and support your team. And the only way that you can do that is by teaching them, really teaching them how to work this business, so that they can lead others. Does that make sense? So I hope that we're right before, I don't like to go over 30 minutes with these, and we're right there. So does anybody have any questions? We've got about 5 minutes. Yes, the power of 5 is definitely super motivating. If you search 40K, it should pop up. Okay, good. Yeah, I love that post, because it's amazing to see those numbers. There's usually about a 20-second delay, so I just want to make sure there's not any questions before I hop off. Sorry about the notification thing. It totally throws me off. I'm so ADD, you guys. No questions? Okay, well, if y'all think of any, I know there's only a couple of you on live. I hope some people come back and watch the replay. And Ashley, it'll happen. It'll happen. You need to get more downlines. I was laughing at the laughy emojis. I don't know if I said something funny. I always forget what I say, like, by the time these things pop up. You will, Ashley. Just be you. Like, recruiting is such it's a whole big topic. Like, that's a whole another 30-minute topic, but excuse me. I think I'm starting to catch something here. Offer this an agent's choice, you know, like, that's the small of it. The short of it is, like, people will, if they're entrepreneurial, not a fun word to say with a Southern accent, then getting it on their face and allowing them the choice, just giving them, hey, $55 for this product versus $55 for the discount, and the chance to make some money if you want to, but you don't have to. I mean, that sells real well. Just call it a makeup membership. I signed up for the discount. Another CP that's training on my page this week, she signed up for the discount. We talk about this in the Crown Princess. We have a thread for our Crown Princesses for our team, and I can't even tell you how many of them signed up either for just the discount or just to make like a little extra money for the holidays or something. So, you know, it's definitely something that, like, whenever I was in the other company I was in, I told people, we trained people not to sign people up just for the discount. I mean, it was okay if that's what they wanted to do, but basically, like, it was different. There was like sign-up kits and all this stuff, and you wanted to encourage the sign-up kits. because people would be more invested in their business if they invested in the products going forward. But then you couldn't sell the product. It was like for personal use. That's a whole nother conversation. But with this business, it's such a wow product that's so simple to sell. It's so easy to sell if you try. And so it's easy for people to come to the conclusion that, yeah, I signed up just for the discount, but people want this stuff. Maybe I should do it. Let's see, Ashley, we can get Aaron Olson and Sparks together, go over it with you. Okay, good. Go over recruiting. Oh, I didn't see that, Ashley. Okay, yeah. Well, thank you guys for tuning in live. And for those of you who watch on the replay, if you have any questions, just post them in the comments and I will hop on and answer what I can. Thanks for inviting me, Tara. See you soon. Love you, Tara. You guys have an awesome leader, by the way. I know you probably really know that, but I just had to say that. She's amazing and I love her. Bye-bye. I can't get this to go off, you guys.